We're going. Okay, we're going. And we're going to go down in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, it's the early show with Rick and Lola. Kind of a different aspect of it. We're on the radio, but we're also on the video. That's kind of new. We've got a couple special guests with us right now, Tijah Bumgarner and Curren Sheldon. They're responsible for Hot Contents. That's the name of the production company. And a web series.
It's all your fault.
A web series that I have come to love that I wanted to let you guys know about called Quarantine Life. Let's talk about quarantine life. Obviously, this is something you guys just came up with recently, right?
Yes, very recently, ever since we've been in quarantine. I guess it's been 7 weeks now for me that for self-quarantine, self-isolated, but we started doing the series about 4 weeks ago.
Now, whose idea was it? Was it something you guys were you sitting around talking like in episode 1 and you just got, hey, you know what we should do? Kind of deal?
It was actually kind of similar. So Tijah and I both do some script work and narrative. We're both filmmakers. So every once in a while we get together and just discuss scripts. And we're discussing things that we were working on and then realized we have no idea when we'll be able to make this. And so we just started thinking of funny things that we could do right now. And a lot of, everything that we've done so far in the web series has been based on true stories. So there was an actual point where we're trying to like socially hang out with our friends, but it was super windy. You can't hear them. And just those weird, frustrating things that don't happen in regular life, but in this weird sort of surreal quarantine life that we currently find ourselves in, there's make for a little bit of a comedic relief now and again. So yeah, I just sort of was born out of that experience and just started sitting around making jokes.
Now, one of the things I read, some of you guys have posted, this is a very serious time. What we're going through, we've never gone through it before in our lifetime, and a lot of people, and it's very serious. But it's kind of good to take a look at, kind of chuckle about it. Some of the best
things are
comedy.
so absurd.
Exactly, and you guys spotlight that.
Seriously, like waiting to see your friend drive by the house. Tijah.
Yeah, that was inspired by a true story.
They forgot?
No. Luckily, this person did show up, but I'm a very social person, and so being in quarantine, like I will sit on my porch and just wait for anyone and their brother to walk by just so I can like wave and say hello. But I was like upstairs and I got a text message and my friend was like, hey, we're going to drive by and wave. And I was so excited. Doesn't take much these days. And so I like run downstairs and I'm like out there waiting and I'm so excited. Like a woman walks by, just like,
That was my favorite part. Yeah, they're coming by. Yeah, they're coming by. Yeah, I
told her I was so excited about like this social interaction I was about to have. I was like, oh, I'm just waiting on my friend to walk by. She just okay, I like kept going. But no, it took like 20 minutes. And so I think like with the project, it's taking like these pieces of truth and then trying to, really find the comedic value in that. And so, yeah, I waited 20 minutes, which is still kind of funny, but when you wait all night, like that's better.
Yeah.
Well, now let me ask you this, guys. Now you're putting out 2 a week while the quarantine, while this situation is going on. How long does it take to write, produce, edit, and to finally put one piece out? Because they're usually 2 to 4 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah, I think some of the shortest are closer to like 1 minute, but most of them around 2.5, 3 minutes. Yeah, it kind of depends. Like there's one that have been more highly produced and have taken longer. I think the latest episode 6, where Tijah goes into self-isolation and maybe takes it a little too seriously. And then episode 2, where I was working from home, those shoots were probably 6 or 7 hours each. Whereas like the social distance hangout, which was sort of a one location, a bunch of quick shots, maybe took an hour. And then for editing, it was such a quicker edit because Tijah sort of just nailed her line on one take, and so I didn't have to edit it much. So it varies quite a bit. I would say the shortest would be the episode 1 that took maybe 4 hours total. And then some of the others take a day or two, just depending on kind of what the concept is and how deep we want to go. And we're getting maybe getting a little too intense at this point, but we're trying to outdo ourselves. And so now it's getting a little more time consuming.
Right now with the new safer at home thing, people are going to be venturing out a little more. Will quarantine life be venturing out a little more, or
I think there's a lot of potential comedic value in that for sure, to figure out like what is that next step, the sort of now gray area, and sort of if you ramp that up to, you know, a slightly surreal and slightly absurd context, kind of what does that look like? But I mean, Tijah and I talk all the time. It's sort of the one series we really enjoy doing that we can't wait when it's over, because then quarantine's over. But
Well,
and
now,
we're praying we get canceled and there's no season 2, hopefully. But
Yes.
but
let me
we'll
ask-
keep doing it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I just say we'll keep doing it until the quarantine's over. But I think as we move towards sort of that safer at home, we have a few ideas of, you know, what is that sort of, you know, going out slowly and surely, what does that look like, and probably do some episodes around that as well.
Well, but now as a fan of the series, I don't want the series to end, but I don't want us to be in quarantine forever, of course. Any thoughts of maybe once this has passed, maybe continuing you know, season 2 or something, and
It's
maybe
a whole new world.
maybe introduce new characters and hey, we just found out the murder hornet is loose now in the U.S. So
Yes.
there's the murder hornet. I mean,
And there are UFOs now. I mean, those things. We have murder hornets and UFOs, and they're like, you know, page.
Yeah, we're like, whatever.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't want to see the series end. I mean, it's fun. I look forward to Mondays. Now they post on Mondays, right?
Mondays and Wednesdays, yeah.
Mondays. I look forward to Mondays since Kathy told me about it, because I know I'm going to get a new episode. So I mean,
I appreciate that. I think
my pleasure.
we do have a couple episodes that are sort of post quarantine, so we're trying to decide when we want to film those. So there will be a couple that will be post quarantine, and as people sort of venture back out into the world. So you know, if we keep coming up with ideas, we'll keep making them, because, you know, fun to do and people get laughs.
Again,
Awesome.
we're talking to Tijah Bumgarner and Curren Sheldon. We're talking about Quarantine Life. It's a series that you can find on YouTube. Just search Quarantine Life or Hot Contents. Now, if they search Hot Contents, is it going to come up with? Is that what's going to come up for your stuff?
You know, I should really check that, because that could be dangerous. But
Yeah,
it's based on a coffee mug lid, the Hot Contents. But
contents.
They can
Yeah,
go
probably-
to our website at 103cir.com. We've got to link directly, so there's no not safe for work. Sort of.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah, be careful Googling that media
Yeah,
production.
just go to 103cir.com. We got you hooked up.
Now, I want Lola to answer this too, but I want to find out what you guys think as well. My favorite episode, I like them all. My favorite is episode 2. You know, that's the guy working from home, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, of course, but it's got a lot of quick edits. It's got a voiceover. The scene when he stands up on the bike and he twists that knob and he's going faster, and then he gets on his suit. And my favorite line: "Don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want." I love it.
While working from home, by the way, which is not an easy thing to do.
No,
and it was such a good episode. I don't want to give away the spoiler on how it ends, so you got to go watch it. Now, Lola, what's your favorite episode?
I'm just going to go episode 4. That's where my soul is, in episode 4 at this point. And I have been in a similar situation with episode 4.
And that's sort of the new weird situation we find ourselves in, that when we see someone walking towards us, we're like, yeah, we should probably avoid them.
Yeah.
Here comes a human. Yeah.
Now, Curren, what's your favorite episode? If you had to pick one.
Ooh, if I had to pick one, I really like episode 6, which is self-isolation, and it's where Tijah and I did an outdoor survival class last year, so that's sort of where the idea sort of peaked in my head. I was like, oh, it'd be pretty funny if, like, especially when this first started, it's like, okay, if this gets really bad, like, at least I can start a fire with sticks, you know. So,
How did you feel about that one, Tijah? I need to ask Tijah, because you went deep on that role.
I did.
You're like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now, man. You were really going method on that thing.
I really went for it with that one.
Did you eat the slug?
I was going to ask her that.
Did you eat the slug? Did you really eat the slug?
No, I did not eat the slug. I will say, when the conversation for that episode started, Curren's like, well, you could eat a worm. And I'm like, all right, okay, I'll eat a worm. But luckily,
Meryl Streep would have eaten that slug. I'm just saying.
Take way up, right? Season 2, whatever the theme is, perhaps that will.
Yeah.
Now, Tijah, what's your favorite episode?
Oh man, I'm a terrible decision maker, like in general, and so it's really hard to choose a favorite. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I can choose. Is that?
She probably got the most fans from episode 5, the toilet paper run.
I did get a lot of
Oh
fans.
God, that was so good.
I had people like my neighbor, she sent me a video of her kid watching it, and then my cousin sent me a video of her kids watching it. Like that one, like it was, and my neighbor's like, oh well, my kid's probably gonna call you Brenda now, and I'm like, okay, what's the character's name? I was like, that's fine. So yeah, I think I did. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun for sure.
Again, it's the little things. The sneeze. I mean, just the sneeze. I mean, I lost my coffee on that one, man. They're so cleverly written. It's so well written. Like I said, each episode has that one little nugget. Even though I'm laughing the whole time, there's a one thing in there that, man, it just hits home, or it just relates to me in such a way that it just makes the entire episode. So and for me in that one, it's the sneeze. Self-isolation, it's when you're doing the
well,
stuff on your face.
The war paint.
Yeah, the war paint. Yeah.
We had one time we could really get that, and I sometimes laugh when we're filming because it's fun. Kind of, make things take longer, but that one I knew I could not laugh while putting that on my face, and luckily, and I mean, really, it's Curren's editing that's able to like really bring it all together, because I'm just doing all these hodgepodge things. It's like, oh, that's how it comes
do a great job
together. It's great.
Awesome.
Let's reiterate.
And again, we're talking with Curren Sheldon and Tijah Bumgarner. We're talking about their hot contents production
Although you can get them
company.
to sponsor it. Underwriting by Hot Topic.
I'm telling you, you guys need shirts, you need hats, you need the whole quarantine life
True.
survival kit you could put together.
Oh
It's got
God,
like
yes.
a little roll of toilet paper, and I make homemade hand sanitizer, so I'll donate a couple of gallons of that.
Nice.
Yes.
Need to raise some funds.
Yeah, right?
That'd be cool.
Actually, there is so the logo and all the video thumbnails are designed by our friend Dan, who runs with his wife Hillary, run Kinship Goods, which is the t-shirt store here, and t-shirts, goods, all sorts of stuff. They do awesome designs and stuff here in Charleston. So there has been some talk of a quarantine life t-shirt, so we'll let you know if it comes to fruition. But he's an awesome designer and has done some great work for us too. Give him a shout out.
Beautiful. It's
if you do,
very well done.
put us on. We'll each buy one. We'll wear it with pride. It's again, the series is fantastic. We want everybody to know about it, and we wish you guys the best. Yeah. Again, like I said, as much as I want the quarantine to end, I don't want the video series to end. So, maybe you guys can start making 5 a week. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
I know. Well, we kind of thought that's like, wait, this is the time. We've got to put every idea out there, but.
You gotta do it all.
Now,
too much work.
Do you guys possibly see that this can propel you in a direction after this is all done? I mean, is anybody in the industry getting to see these things? I mean, I've seen a lot of the comments on them. People are definitely loving them. Is this possibly a resume in the future, maybe?
I think so. I mean, there's been some talk. We're talking with Filmmaker Magazine, which is in the industry pretty big. So they're going to do a five questions with us coming up here and feature some of the videos. So that might lead to some things. But yeah, man, Tijah teaches and obviously makes films. I make documentaries. So this is sort of a nice, fun direction that I think neither of us have really explored to this extent before. And I love it. I mean, I love doing sort of the fun, short stuff that you can, do 2 or 3 a week and just kind of keep thinking of ideas. So I would love if this was sort of a resume builder and sort of led to other things like it, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. It's been great during quarantine. During this time, it's like, oh, we don't have like that regular work, because I'm used to like working all the time, and without that, it can feel like, okay, what am I doing? But then having this has been really great. But then it's like, oh wait, I actually really do enjoy doing this. And so if it's possible to continue that, I think that would be great.
Well, we wish you guys the best. Thanks again for joining us. Again, the series is called Quarantine Life. You can access it via our website, 103cir.com.
Yep, just go to 103cir.com. We've got it there on a blog post. And I actually did a screen capture from episode 4 that is the banner featured image on that one. So you'll have to go check it out. It's all online at 103cir.com. Guys, thank you so much.
It's
Thank
been a
you.
pleasure. It really has.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. This is great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
And
And
cut.